What's up, YouTube, and welcome back to another episode of the Variety Pack. I'm your host, Derek Andrew. This is episode number 3, and we are doing a recap of Monday Night Raw. That's right, I am a big wrestling fan, big into WWE. Not as big as I used to be back in the day. I grew up in the Attitude Monday Night Wars era, which was, to me, the best era of wrestling. But I stopped watching for a good while after about, 2000, 2001. And I just recently picked back up again, probably 2 or 3 years ago. And it's really picked up. It's more consistent than the Attitude Era. I don't think it's better, but there's a lot more talent. Not better talent, because you're not going to top The Rock and Steve Austin and Undertaker and Shawn Michaels and all those guys in their prime. They were just, it was another level. But there's a deeper roster now, and Triple H at the helm is doing great, amazing at creative. Has so many great storylines going on, and there's so many different superstars and people who have so much potential and really know how to tell a story. And so we're just going to recap Monday Night Raw. This is going to be my first episode doing that. Last night was a pretty good episode. Started off with the opening. Rhea coming back. Rhea Ripley making her way back. She came back last week at the end of the episode. Started off the episode this week. Great promo between her and Liv, and Dom's there in the middle. It's a great, intriguing storyline, little love triangle thing going on right there. And I can't say enough about Dom, to be honest, though. Like, when I first started watching again 2 or 3 years ago, he was tag teaming with his dad, short hair, good guy, and it was boring, to be honest. It was just not fun to watch. It was just like, who's this loser, you know what I mean? But ever since he turned heel, he has just skyrocketed. He is up there with a lot of the big names. He doesn't have amazing matches under his belt right now, but he's getting more heat than pretty much anybody besides maybe Solo Sikoa now that he's taking over as tribal chief. But he's done a freaking great job joining the Judgment Day, and his whole storyline with Rhea Ripley and how that all unfolded. Great work by Dom, and he's done a great job keeping it up. I love the whole mullet looking like Eddie Guerrero thing. That angle, it really works for him, and he's doing a great job every week of just playing to the crowd. Yeah, Dom's definitely really stepped his game up ever since he became a heel, and that's really awesome to see. Really funny part of the episode last night was the backstage promo with Jey Uso and Dom and Damian Priest. Damian Priest is just egging everything on. I love that. Just kind of being the instigator of everything, and it's just funny to watch. And the whole interaction with Jey Uso and Damian Priest, and how he stirred that whole thing up between Jey and Dom. It was hilarious, man. Great segment. Jey Uso, he's one of the biggest stars right now. As you know, if you're watching this and you're a wrestling fan, Jey Uso's a big star. Ever since he broke off from the Bloodline, he's really flourished on his own. So I'm happy to see that, and he's doing good. That led to a match between Jey and Dom later on in the evening, and we'll get to that in a second. Because speaking of Damian Priest, he had a match with Braun Strowman. It was a pretty good little match. Kind of short, I believe. But seeing him do a South of Heaven to a huge guy like Braun Strowman, that was pretty cool to see. Damian Priest is also someone who's really stepped his game up ever since joining the Judgment Day. He's a big name in the company now, and a lot of fans love him. He's over pretty well, even though he's a heel. But he's doing a great job as champion. Had a good match against Strowman, like I said. That South of Heaven chokeslam to Strowman was pretty cool to see. The promo beforehand with Priest and Gunther, that was something to see. That was pretty intense. I like Gunther, telling him he's street trash. That one seemed like it really hit. Damian Priest did a great job selling that. That really hit a soft spot. And then they get into it after the match. And I would never in my life want to take a chop from Gunther. Golly, I think that guy has the hardest chops I've ever seen in wrestling. And I've watched a pretty good amount of wrestling in my life. Yeah, his chops, jeez. You feel them through the TV. At least I do. But yeah, that was a great way to end that segment, their fight. Next, we're going to move on to Drew McIntyre. Unpopular opinion, I'm not a huge Drew McIntyre fan. I really don't care for the guy. He doesn't entertain me very much, but I know he's a big name in the company right now, and a lot of people love his storyline. So, as y'all know, Adam Pearce wanted him to apologize to those two referees, and then he would make the match with him and Punk at SummerSlam. He refused to do it. Started causing trouble. Seth Rollins comes out. They're getting in a fight. I think, along with everybody else, I'm pretty sure, I believe we're going to have a triple threat match between Punk, Rollins, and McIntyre somewhere down the line. But yeah, it was an okay segment. Like I said, I'm not a big Drew McIntyre fan. I understand why people like him. It doesn't connect with me. I just see someone crying the whole time, if I'm being honest. That's just me. I think he's got the potential. I think a lot of it's probably not his fault. It might be creative. They probably need to go a different angle. I wish they would just let him let loose and he's such a freaking huge guy. Let him just dominate and throw everybody around, beat everybody up. That would be a better lane, in my opinion. One huge highlight of the night, the Wyatt Six showed up again. Their actual, Bo Dallas, Chad Gable calling out Bo Dallas, and then him getting jumped by the Creed brothers and Chad Gable. Bo did a great job selling. I read a comment where someone said Bo sold those moves better than Randy Orton does. And that's hard to argue against. That was a pretty good assessment. Bo did a great job selling all those moves. And then I'm a huge Joker fan, and he definitely gave off some Joker vibes with the getting pounded and then laughing about it. That was pretty funny. And then I believe a lot of people said that was a call to Brody. His name's Brody Lee. So sorry, if I don't get the name right. But when he was saying, all right. Or right. That was a call back to his buddy that passed away, that I believe was originally in the Wyatt family. Having the Wyatt Six come out, it was cool. If you are a huge wrestling fan like me, I highly recommend listening to Busted Open on SiriusXM or your podcast, wherever you listen to podcasts. A great podcast. Dave LaGreca, Bully Ray, Tommy Dreamer's on there sometimes, and Mark Henry. They do a great job breaking down everything that goes on in wrestling, not just WWE, but AEW, TNA, anything wrestling, they talk about it. And I think they made a great point that I agree with, that I love the VHS tapes that they have been doing. I'm not 100% sold on their live action. Besides, when I was there when they premiered, that was really, really cool. Everyone loved that segment, including myself. But ever since then, they got to find a way to mix it up. What I would love to see is like a kind of a horror movie aspect. Like I had something in mind where I could see Chad Gable and Maxine walking backstage, and Maxine, he's trying to convince her, like, please, y'all take me back. I just need help. And all of a sudden, behind them is Uncle Howdy, and they turn around and they're freaking out. Well, while you're focusing on that, all of a sudden, out of the side of the screen, here comes Rowan in his rabbit costume and just knocks Chad Gable out of the picture. And Maxine starts screaming, and she's, running off. and you see him take that huge sledgehammer, and in the picture, the way I see it is you can only see Chad Gable's legs, and you see him one swing that sledgehammer. You know, obviously he's not going to hit him with it, but you think he hits him with it. I can see Chad Gable's legs just shaking like he just got smacked in the head with that hammer. And, you know, Maxine running off screaming. I think that would be a great segment to me. It definitely has a horror movie feel that would go really well with the angle that they're going with the Wyatt Six. I know a lot of people are loving the Wyatt Six in person as well. I don't think it's bad. I'm just not 100% sold on it yet. I just need to see more of it and see how far they take it, which way they take it, as far as the in-person stuff. But the tapes, man, Bo Dallas killed the first 2 tapes. Rowan did an amazing job in his tape yesterday. I know a lot of people connected with that one, you know, when he said, who would miss me or something like that. Like, I'm just Rowan, like I'm nobody. I know that hit home to a lot of people. The line that I loved, because I love writing. For those that don't know me, I love writing rhymes, love writing just different things. Like, I love words and coming up with deep sayings or deep poetry. Like, anytime I hear something that is very artistic with words, I absolutely love it. And when he ended the promo by saying, we're going to take these broken hearts and make beautiful pieces of art with them, that was amazing. That line right there, absolutely love it. And then the effect that they added on his voice, where I'm from Texas, so they kind of like screwed his voice. This really added a great effect to it, and I absolutely love that segment. Jay and Dom had a match. It was a pretty good match. Liv came out, then Rhea came out. That was probably the highlight of the match. You know, building up their SummerSlam match even more. Then it was just funny seeing Dom get beat by Jey Uso right in front of Rhea, and then Jay's like, call me. Telling Rhea, you know, give him a call, which alluded back to his interaction with Damian earlier when he was asking her, hey, I hear she's single, ready to mingle. Jay, he's funny, man. The main event, Dragunov versus Zayn. Pretty solid match. I'm a big Dragunov fan. Big up-and-coming talent, and he's got a lot of potential. Really, really tough guy. He's a small guy, I believe, compared to a lot of the other wrestlers, but I mean, tough as nails. I would love to see a triple threat match with Dragunov, Sheamus, and Gunther. That would be a freaking banger, to quote Sheamus. But yeah, the match with Zayn was a pretty good match. And then, of course, as you expected, here comes Braun Breaker at the end. As you know, he's got to get his nose in there, and he's not happy with these two guys. He's not happy with a lot of things. Comes out, freaking runs around that ring like crazy. Hits Dragunov with a spear. Zayn fights back for a little bit, but then once they get in the ring, you know, he runs them ropes like only he can and hits Zayn with a spear. I mean, that dude is fast. He's so fast, he makes fast people look not fast. But I'm not gonna lie, I was not impressed with Braun when he first came up. Like, I did not like the angle that they were taking at first. I was like, this is Goldberg all over again. They're trying to just make this guy, like, they're giving him throwaway matches. Here's a 2-minute match, and just trying to make him look like Goldberg. That's what the feeling I got. But as it's progressed, gotta let Triple H cook. And now that he's cooking and it's progressed, I really, really like the angle that they're going with Braun. I really, really like what he's doing. He's not bad on the mic. Got to see if he can do a math promo like his uncle. One of the best promos. If you've never seen that, look up the Scott Steiner math promo. You will not regret it. And you will never forget it after you see it. But yeah, I'm excited to see, you know, where they take this. Possible triple threat match with them three at SummerSlam or something. But overall, it was a solid Raw, solid episode. I'm excited to see next week's Raw and how things are going to keep building up to SummerSlam. Excited to see SmackDown, where they're going to go with the Bloodline and LA Knight versus Logan Paul. Lots of storylines going on. WWE is definitely cooking right now. And I'll be continuing to give you recaps. Tuesdays will be our Monday Night Raw recap. Saturdays, I'll make a video of SmackDown recap. And then when they have PLEs, the following day, I'll give a recap of those. Maybe even go live. We'll see what happens. But hopefully, y'all are enjoying the content. If you are, I appreciate it. Hit the like, hit the subscribe. Please share the page. Let everybody know. And I'd really appreciate it. Definitely go a long way with me. But yeah, I appreciate it, guys. And we'll see you on the next episode.